Are you serious? Are you serious? Well, the great debate. Wow. It has definitely caused this, a major surge in Trump's candidacy. A tremendous victory for Trump last night. The media is literally in a state of paralysis and shock and awe as Trump commanded the stage, took the entire event over, brought in the four accusers of Bill Clinton without anybody knowing what was going to happen, and then literally said everything that I think has been floating around in the hearts and the minds of the American people for many, many years. It was just an incredible situation. I never seen anything like it really in my life, but his ability to pivot every question. He even took over the moderators. And when they would let Hillary go 20 seconds longer than she was supposed to, he pointed it out to them that they were not stopping her, but stopping him. He challenged Anderson Cooper, and he challenged both of them, actually, and said, this looks like a 3-on-1, which is what happened in the last debate. It was 2-on-1, as Lester Holt and Hillary teamed up really brilliantly against Trump, who was really not prepared for that. He didn't know that was coming. He should have. This time, his ability to pivot was incredible. Now, he brought up Obamacare. The moderators did not. He brought up the Iranian nuke deal that was failed and was a disaster. He explained how this was a terrible deal. He explained how Obamacare is an atrocity, and that literally when Bill Clinton said it's the craziest thing he ever seen, it is just that. It's worse than that because it's crippling businesses. People's premiums this month are finding out their premiums have doubled, tripled, quadrupled in some parts of the country with outrageous deductibles. The Affordable Care Act is really nothing more than the Unaffordable Care Act. It is Obamacare disaster, and it's going to really cripple small businesses in 2017 and 2018 when more of the ugly portion of the bill kick in. He brought up the Russians, how he told them, I have no business dealings in Russia. I owe no Russian banks any money. This is all basically a bold-faced lie. He brought up the fact that he's never met Vladimir Putin, by the way. Hillary has met Putin many times. Just saying. Just saying. Bill Clinton. Hillary Clinton could not defend Bill Clinton's record. His sexual assaults upon these different women that were there. And the fact that when asked the question, Hillary could not defend it. She could not defend it. It's indefensible. Also, George Soros and his corruption. Warren Buffett and his money. All of that which is backing the Clinton campaign. Trump was able to say, nobody backs my campaign. I do it myself. He even asked Hillary if she was willing to put in a dime of her own money, since for 30 years the Clintons have lived off your money. He even talked about China, talked about jobs being transferred. There were no job plans coming from the other side. He talked about cutting taxes for all people. She talked about raising taxes upon many and redistribution of wealth. The simple democratic plan of tax and spend. He brought up ISIS and its creation, which we know came out of the Obama administration by simply just leaving everything there for them. And she had no plan for ISIS. He brought up Syria and Obama's relationship and the mess that it's created, and Mosul, and how ISIS destroyed the city, and how that Obama's giving ISIS a 4 weeks head start that he's coming to Mosul. Who does that? Who tells the enemy 4 weeks in advance? I think we know how Trump would play if he was the leader. He brought in 4 Clinton accusers without the Clintons even knowing. How did he pull that off? And he talked about the 200 generals that were supporting him and endorsing him. He talked about the deplorables, which I'm one of. He talked about NAFTA, the worst trade deal in history until TTP or TP or don't get TP'd. I don't know what it is. And then they got Benghazi and the 3 o'clock phone call. He talked about, and of course, NAFTA was not brought up by Anderson Cooper, the deplorables, Benghazi. He brought up Scalia. We all know how did he die? And what kind of justices would he pick? He talked about the money in politics, something Hillary dare not go. He talked about the corruption of the EPA and the crippling of businesses around the country. There was nothing of that on the other side. He talked about saving the coal industry and the coal miners. Of course, Hillary said she'll put them all out of business. He talked about saving the steel industry. He talked about saving the energy system. Okay, and I mean, in other words, getting out of foreign oil, start using our own oil and wind and solar. I never seen anything like it. Hillary really, really melted on stage. She literally melted on stage. So, after all of the ugliness that we have seen in the last 3 days, people still have a simple choice. They have a simple choice. Look at the platforms. He talked about, just look at the platforms. After what you heard, the righteousness of Mike Pence, and the platform that's laying in front of us right now, in an incredible, great debate last night. And the media is literally salivating in anger. I mean, they're growing horns, they're sprouting fangs. I even see scales on some of the reptilians today. They don't know what to do. They completely lost control of the ship last night as the great debate took place. I'll be back talking about all of that. Plus, we've got police officers being shot, Palm Springs, California, people being shot and wounded in Grand Rapids, Michigan, people being stabbed, including a police officer in Jerusalem, another police officer shot last night in New York City, and I don't even know. There's the violence, the division. This country needs a lot of prayer, folks. We really need a lot of prayer. This is what's taking place. I'll be back with more current world events and how they relate to Bible prophecy. You don't want to miss today's live broadcast. It starts an hour early at 11 a.m. right here on this YouTube channel. Give your life to Jesus Christ. He is the only hope. It's not the donkey and it's not the elephant. It's not Clinton and it's not Trump. It's the Lamb of God, Jesus Christ. Pray for America.